If you want to play better pickleball, you're going to want to watch this pickleball video. In it, I'm going to share with you 3 skills that will help you reduce mistakes while you're out on the court and also make you a more well-rounded player. Let's get into it. When we're done with the 3 skills, I'm going to share with you one area that you don't need to worry about. It's a distraction and it's going to take you away from these skills that are more important. But let's talk about the first skill. The first skill that you need in order to continue to advance as a player and to have a well-rounded game is to learn how to let out balls go. If you think about an out ball is a ball that comes here, right? It's coming hard and it's going to go long. But what do? We stick our paddle out there and we intersect that ball. By doing that, what we're doing is we're extending the rally. Now, our opponents have made a mistake. They've hit a ball that is supposed to travel out. But what do? We bailed them out. We helped them by intersecting that ball. The other thing that happens when you hit out balls, you're encouraging your opponents to continue to do that. Why? Because you're their Huckleberry. You never seen Tombstone, check it out, but you're their Huckleberry. You're hitting all the out balls, and as a banger or someone wants to hit hard, they love that because they know they can hit away without ever risking the ball going out. Why? Because you're hitting the ball. So the first thing is to learn how to let out balls go. Now, I'm gonna give you 2 quick tips. You can get deeper into out balls, but there's 2 quick tips that should help you. First one is shoulder. Shoulder high, let it fly is an old saying in pickleball. We didn't make it up, but it's something you can use. So the ball gets hit hard around your shoulder. Get used to not blocking balls up around your shoulder. If it comes up next to your shoulder, boop, boop, let it go. The other technique you can use, the other tip you can use is if they're driving the ball, if your opponent is driving the ball from inside the court, so say they're driving the ball from around here-ish and the ball's around here, let that ball go. Don't even worry about shoulder high in this point. So you got a player coming here, you see them load up to hit that ball, just get ready to get out of the way, go get some water. Let that ball go, good chance it's gonna go out. If you learn how to let out balls go, you'll win a lot more rallies, a lot more easily. The second skill that'll help you elevate your game is to learn how to play under control. What I'm talking about here specifically is your body. We can talk about the mind, that's another conversation, but let's talk about the body being under control. What we want to avoid is being rushed out on the pickleball court with our bodies. So if there's a dink, we don't want to be rushing and rushing and rushing and moving. And a lot of times playing out of control also results in excess movement. So there's a ball that's here and all I need is a little step like this to hit it. Instead I'm taking 3 steps to hit it, 4 steps over here and things like that. The more you play rushed, the more you play in an accelerated pace with your body, the higher chance you're going to make a mistake because, again, you're rushed. So by being rushed out there, you don't have time to get set for the shot. Your shots are going to have problems with them because as you move your body around, see my paddle's flying all over the place as opposed to I get set, I hit the ball, get back to ready, I get set, I hit the ball, I get back to ready as opposed to I'm just running around, rushing around. Same thing happens on returns of serve. It's a common source of errors on returns of serve, running through that ball. If you're hitting balls long on your returns of serve, pretty good chance that you're running through that ball. I'm going to link to a video up here that shows that to you clearly, I hope, but it shows you that rushing through the ball and how it can also result in trajectory errors in your shots. If you can learn how to play under control, if you can learn how to slow yourself down on the pickleball court, slow your body down on the pickleball court, you'll improve your play. Now, one way to do that is with wall drills or drills even on a court. So you take a ball like this, and what you do is, I'm going to do 2 so you can see the difference. But you take a ball, and so I toss it over here. My normal routine might be this. If I'm a rush player, it might be like, I'm just rushing into that ball. Okay, no problem. There's nobody else around right now. Me and you. That's it. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take the ball. I'm going to toss it. And I'm going to nice and controlled as I move my body to hit the ball. What that does is it improves your muscle memory. Your muscles start to understand, hey, I can be nice and slow. I have more time than I think to hit the ball. Once you gain more control over your body out there, you'll play better. The third skill you're going to want to master to maximize or optimize your pickleball play is actually a strategy concept. It's a pickleball strategy concept. What we're talking about here is the difference between playing on the pickleball serve side and playing on the pickleball return side. So playing on the return or the serve side, vastly different activities with different objectives. When you're on the return side, you have what we refer to as a positional advantage. The rules give you a positional advantage. So your objectives all revolve around that positional advantage. When you're on the serve side, totally different. The other team now has the positional advantage. What that means is you have the positional disadvantage, and you build your objectives around overcoming that positional disadvantage. An example of a shot that you hit to overcome a positional disadvantage, the third shot drop. The third shot drop allows you to activate the force field and move forward. So third shot drop is an example of a shot that we use that's strategic to one side only, to the serve side. It's not a shot that you would ever hit on the return side. So as you play, pay attention to the serve side and the return side and the strategies you're using on each, and also understand that the shots that you hit on each carry different values. The exact same shot hit on one side is not the same as the exact same shot hit on the other side, because only the serve side can score. So as you play, as you develop as a player, pay particular attention to the serve side and the return side and their differences, and you'll play better. Now that you know the 3 skills to master to play your best pickleball, let's talk about a potential distraction, something that's going to derail you from the work that you're doing. The distraction is highlight shots, or our highlight shots. There is no ESPN camera in the corner watching your game. No one's going to capture it on a highlight reel and show it on the 6 o'clock Sports Center. So our recommendation is avoid getting distracted with highlight type shots. What's a highlight type shot? An Erne is one, an ATP is another one, around the post. Shots like that, there's nothing inherently wrong with those shots. So I don't want to make it sound like there's something inherently wrong with them. If you're 22 years old and you like jumping over and doing all that, fantastic. If you're not, and you need to work on the other things, right? You're still hitting out balls. Let's not worry about the Erne. If you don't understand the difference between serve and return, maybe don't worry about the ATP. Same thing with rushing around the court. If you're doing those things, the 3 skills that we talked about earlier are going to impact your game a lot. The highlight shots will impact your game a little. Maybe here and there you'll have a shot that you make that's cool, but it's not going to impact the results of your game. Now, to be clear, if you want to do them, do them. If it makes you happy, makes you smile, by all means. If you're trying to play your best pickleball, if you're trying to optimize the way that you play, focus on the skills that we talked about and avoid the distractions of things like Ernes and ATPs. If we're looking to play our best pickleball, we need to take a step-by-step approach. Add each one of these skills to your game, you'll see definite improvement and have more fun. Let's keep working at it.